All right, a major shakeup at the Los Angeles Times as billionaire owner Patrick Soon-Shiong prepares to replace some members of the editorial board. He says it's time for all voices to be heard. All this following the paper's controversial decision to cancel its planned endorsement of Vice President Kamala Harris.
So it looks to me things are starting to shift in our country and our politics. And it looks to me that more people are starting to think, hey, we should give Trump a chance. He did win almost the majority of California, except the problem is, when I say the majority, I mean the majority of the land. He won the majority of the land, but the problem is that the toward the offshores, like from LA to San Francisco, all wrapped around California, all that is bias and liberalism and everything else combined with that type of rhetoric and militias. And yeah, unfortunately, because of that, he didn't pull off California, but he was close. I mean, he came really, really close. And this is kind of weird to see the L.A. Times doing what they're doing and finally bringing in the possibility of listening to everyone's point of view across the spectrum instead of their own biased reviews and thoughts. But it is a pretty interesting concept that, what's happening through our country. But let's listen to some more.
Senior national correspondent William Lajeunesse is on this. He's live from Los Angeles. He's got more on all of it. William, was the canceled endorsement the straw that broke the camel's back here?
Well, Sandra, that on a column that readers called sexist and racist for blaming white women for electing Trump. But here you have the publisher, one of America's largest and most liberal papers, admitting to a political bias and promising to fix it.
We need to have all voices, the right, the left, and the moderate, the center. It's going to be risky and difficult. I'm going to take a lot of heat, which I already am.
Yep.
But, I come from the position that really it's important for all voices to be heard.
And I think this is a great thing, not just for you and me, but for everyone across the board. All voices should be heard, whether we agree or not. This is the way humans interact with each other. We can all agree to disagree, but when you start pulling this notion that, oh, you don't agree with me, therefore I'm going to shut you down and put you in a dark closet to never be heard again. This is not the way of human rights. This is not the way of our country's rights. And this is not the way that we should do it. So I applaud the L.A. Times for taking this huge step and going past the bias that they originally did to people, and they're going to bypass all that crap and just go for it and make everybody give everybody a voice. At least they're doing that. I mean, I commend them on that. So let's watch some more.
So this comes after years of the Times mudslinging and disparaging coverage of Donald Trump. A Trump rally doubles down on hatred, said one headline. And sure, Harris isn't ideal, but Trump is a disaster, or disgrace rather, said another. Then on the opinion page, the Times called Trump a vindictive, authoritarian, consummate racist, and malignant narcissist, whereas Harris was called a fiery, swaggery speechmaker, a commanding candidate, smart and compelling.
So you see how they had nothing nice to say about one side, but they had everything nice to say about their side. Now, Kamala Harris, she did a lot of good things for California. She put people behind bars when they broke the law. And I thought that was a good thing. Her and Joe Biden, they did work together. And this is back when I used to vote for Joe Biden, to stay in there. He used to do a lot of good things, but I am no longer a Democrat because of the way their politics and views slid completely to the left, so far left that my head bounced from here to Asia and back. You know, it was just crazy. So I just couldn't bring myself to vote Democrat any longer. So I don't. I'm an independent now, and I do vote for Republicans, even that I'm an independent. But I could always go back to voting the other way if they would turn the corner and come back to the standards they used to have.
So when publisher Soon Xiong recommended a pro and con comparison of Harris and Trump, 3 editors resigned in protest. In her resignation letter, your editor said, quote, "We have spent 8 years railing against Trump." Do you think that hurts the public trust?
The fact that we wrote over the last 4 years, I don't know whether that was news or that was opinion.
Yeah.
And mostly that was opinion, but conflated as if it's news.
It needs to be labeled.
Exactly. And I'm going to do that.
So the bottom line is here, Dr. Patrick Soon Xiong wants a fair and balanced newspaper. The irony is, Sandra, one editor who resigned said, "We're a liberal paper. Our readers are mostly Harris supporters." In fact, Trump won more California counties than Harris, including 4 in Metro LA. Back to you.
Just incredible. Thank you very much for that story, William.